Hello and welcome back to the show. Yes, we are back with another podcast. This time we are heading to Ely City in Cambridgeshire. They're actually the oldest club in the Cambridgeshire area. They were founded in 1885. The ground is now called the Algier ground, but before they actually gone to the Algier ground, they actually were at the ground called Paradise Ground until 1986, when they actually moved to the Algier ground. The final match on the Paradise Ground was a 3-2 loss to Felixstowe Town. The new ground was actually originally known as Downing Road until it was named after Doug Irwin, who passed away in 1999, who was involved with the club from 1934 to 1990. The first match in the new ground was an FA Cup first round, a qualifying round against Tiptree United. Unfortunately, they lost by 4-1. And then in 1994, the club actually built a 200-seat stand was built, which was it's pretty impressive, really, if you do go to the ground. So when you go into the ground itself, it's on the outskirts of Ely itself. On the A10, there's like a leisure kind of complex. You have to go through the complex and do a left, and there's like a car park area for Ely City, and the ground is there. So when you go inside the turnstile, you turn right. That's where the main stand is with the 200 capacity seating area. Then as you go around, you've got the bar area, and of course you can go all the way around the ground. I was quite impressed with the stand. Worth a visit if you get the chance. So, as I was saying, Ely City, they were founded in 1885. They actually were in the Cambridge League from 1901 to 1951. And then from there, they went on to the Peterborough District League from 1951 to 1958. Also, they were in the league Central Alliance League from 1958 to 1960, and then they become the members of the Eastern Counties League, which is of course now the third Premier Division area, from 1960 to 2019. So we go back into the history of Ely City. So in 1989, they were relegated to Division 1, which is lucky. They did finish with 20 to 21st people. They played 40 games, only 8 wins, 6 draws, 26 losses, only scored 48, and then they had 106 against, only 30 points in that season. But bottom was Surrey Rangers. They only had 22 points, and they had 125 goals conceded. So they were into Division 1 from that season until 99 to 96, 97, when they actually finished as the champions of Division 1. They played 34 times, won 27 times, 5 draws, 2 losses, 93 goals. Against was only 36 and 86 points as they returned to the Premier League. In 97, 98, with the following season, they actually finished second in the Premier League, winning 29 wins, 8 draws, 5 losses, 91 goals for, 43 against, 95 points. And Wroxham actually won the league by 2 points. That was really good going from them. But then disaster happened. The following season, 1998 to 99, disaster. They finished bottom of the Premier League, only 3 wins, 11 draws, 28 losses, 39 goals for, 100 against, and then only 20 points. They were relegated to Division 1 with Ipswich Wanderers joining them. But then 99 to 2000, they were back into the Premier Division, finishing second behind Tiptree United. It was a very close game season with them. They only finished 5 points behind the leaders, Tiptree United. They got 23 wins, only 4 draws, 7 losses, 89 for, 33 against, and 73 points. So they only lasted 4 seasons back in the Premier League before they got relegated in 2002 to 2003. They went back to the Division 1. They only had 5 wins, 10 draws, 29 losses, 38 for 4, and against 111 goals. They only had 21 points. But they did have 4 points deducted throughout the season as well. I'm not sure what that was for. But if we go to the top of the league of that season in 2002-2003, it was AFC Sudbury with 103 points and 122 goals for, and only 3 losses. So quite a bit of a turnaround, really. But then, after a 5-year spell in Division 1, Ely were back in the big time, or the Premier Division, finishing second behind Tiptree United. That season they won 22 wins, 8 draws, 6 losses, 81-4, 42 against, points 74. In 2007-2008, they were actually the runners-up in that season, which is a really good way to come back to the Premier Division. Of course, they were promoted from that season, which was wonderful. From 2008 to 2014-15 season, they were in the Premier Division. At that time in the Regions League, and that stage 2011-2012, they actually finished second behind champions Wroxham. Wroxham had 90 points. They were only in 8 points behind the eventual league winners. They had 25 wins, 7 draws, 8 losses, 81 goals, only 60 against. 82 points, not bad. Back in 2014-15 season, unfortunately they finished bottom and they were back to Division 1, relegated in that season. They only had 5 wins, 7 draws, 26 losses, 42 for, and 106 goals against, only 22 points. But the top scorer, as I found, they had a guy called Richard Gammon with 7, Luke Brown with 4, James Cameron with 4, Sam Gooch with 4, Ashley Walter with 4. Top appearances for that season is Joshua Sewell, 38, Richard Gammon, 36, and Liam Griffin with 36, with the same ones as well. So not too, could have been better, but the following season, 2015-16 season, they were back in the Premier Division, finishing second. They won 28 games, 2 draws, 6 losses, 87-4, 38 against, and 86 points. They were only actually 3 points away from the champions, Wivenhall Town, 89 points. They won club record. They actually had a club record of 40 wins in a row. Unbelievable! That was pretty good stuff. So in top appearances for the 2015-16 season, they had Liam Griffin on 38, Joshua Sewell with 37, Alex Theobald with 37. Alex actually got 22 goals that season. Matthew Simpson got 18 and James Seymour with 17. 2016-17 season, they were still in the Premier Division at that stage. They finished 13 with 47 points. Top goal scorers Alex again with 20. Kevin Inroe scored 11. Ashley Walter with 10. Top appearances was Tom Williams with 50, Harry Reynolds with 49, and then Ashley again with 48 appearances. 2017-18 season, just 2 seasons just gone, they managed to finish 14th with 63 points. Unfortunately, they were deducted 1 point as well. Goals, they had Sam Reid on 14, Alex again with 12, and James Seymour with 7. Appearances, Ashley Walter with 51 with 3 goals, Alex again with 49, and Harry Reynolds with 47. Not a bad start for them. As we come into the last season, what we just had, 2018-2019, narrowly scraping through the league. They're 18 out of 20. I think the manager, Bradley Stone, at the time, wanted to have survival. He got survival, which is the main thing. Hopefully he can make sure Ely City doesn't go through the same thing what they did last season. So the top appearances and goals, we had Sam Reid with 16 with 33 appearances. Stephen Holder with 7. Tom Williams with 5. Tom Williams got the most appearances with Ashley Walter with 43. And then he carried Jamie Arslop as well with 36. Sorry if I've butchered your name there, guys. And then we come on to the honours list. So, Cambridge. So they actually played in the Invitational Cup in Cambridgeshire. They won it 5 times. So they won it in 1969 to 70 season, 2001, 2002, 2011, 2012, 2012 to 2013, 2017 to 2018. So 2017-18 they played Cambridge United development squad. I think they played that game at Abbey Stadium. They won by 2-1. 2012 to 2013, they played Cambridge City. They won 3-0. 2011 to 2012, they played Town Rangers with 3-2. And 2001-2002, they were winners against Histon. They won by 1-0. And 1969 to 70, they were actually won by, it doesn't say, but Parston Drove. They won that. Then they came on to Cambridgeshire's Senior Cup winners in 1947 to 48. Peterborough and District League, they were the winners, the champions in 1955 to 56. They also beat Lowestoft Town 4-2 on aggregate to win the League Cup winners in 1979 to 1980. And of course, they were the Division 1 Cup winners as well. In 99 to 2000, they beat Downham Town 3-0. 2004 to 2005, they beat Needham Market by 2-1. 2007 to 2008, they played Halstead Town. The score was 1-1, and after extra time, they actually won on penalties. So the best facts what I can see with the FA Cup, they actually got to the first round proper in 1956 to 57. They played Torquay United. Unfortunately, lost by 6-2. They were actually playing at home in the Paradise Ground, where they saw 4,223 people. Unbelievable. But in that season, in the FA Cup in 1956 to 57, they actually beat Histon 5-2. Cambridge United by the same score, 5-2. Cambridge City 1-0. March United 2-0. And then they played Sudbury Town 1, and they won that by 1-0. And then they played Torquay, which they lost by 6-2. In the best Vars FA Vars Cup, it was a couple of seasons ago, 2016 to 2017. They managed to get to the 5th round against Sporting Cambridgeshire. Unfortunately, they lost by 3-0 in front of 646 spectators. That was a pretty good attendance there by Ely City. Best FA Trophy, they got to the 1973-74 in the second round against Alfreton Town. Unfortunately, they lost by 6-3. And just a couple more little facts. In 1967, Ely City had a former Irish international player called Hugh Barr, who was the manager. And they actually, I think they actually finished runners-up in that league and managed to go up. And also in 1972 to 73, Kettering Town actually came to Ely City, where Ron Atkinson was actually the player manager. So not a bad honours list and records for Ely City. As I was saying, Bradley Stone here. I think he's actually signed a couple of new players for the next season. He'd be looking. I think everyone in this league will be looking to try and win the championship. So that's what they're probably aiming to do. So guys, if you enjoyed this little podcast, if you can give this a thumbs up, share it around the mates, and as you say, if you got this far, thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one, which is going to be AFC Clacton. So then, I'll see you then. Cheers. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.